Hey everyone, Kyle once again, and welcome back to the next anime review for anime month of June. And I hope you're all excited for this one because this show has been also another one I'm finally able to review. But want to review this for a long time though, because of the fact this has been a popular anime series for among many fans. I know this show has many fans of this. And I would say I'll be one among them. I really enjoy this series. And that is of the popular series known as Death Note. Yep, so Death Note ran from 2006 to 2007. I enjoy the series, and rightfully so. Why a lot of people enjoy the series. It is a lot of people say it's a classic anime series. I can understand that. I really do enjoy the series. First of all, I enjoy the animation, the characters, and whether it's the Japanese, especially the English voice cast, they do a really good job, and especially iconic characters as well, especially for the main three characters, right, of Light, L, and Ryuk. I mean, there's not what can I say about Death Note. Everybody. I don't need to go into details in this one because a lot of people know the story, right? Our lead guy, Light Yagami, he's a really extremely smart high school guy, and one day he stumbles upon the Death Note. And first he thinks it's a prank because he reads inside saying, "Oh, you write any person's name, they will die. Whose name you write in it, right?" First he thinks it's a prank because, okay, let's just try and a couple of these criminals, right? And lo and behold, it actually happens. So basically, he thinks he has the power. He thinks he has the power of God the power of a god, right? Because that's sometimes what he thinks, right? Because, like it says in the back of here, should anyone hold such power, right? He basically has a god the power of his fingertips. You can write any name in this book and they will die, right? And he thinks he can rid the world of all the criminals, right? Writing all the names, right? And with so many criminals just dying, right? The world, especially the police, whoever, are getting concerned what's happening to all these criminals, right? So they sent the world's greatest detective named L. And at first he don't see his face until upon revealing, right? He thinks this is like this socially awkward type of young guy. Because he was always sitting on the chair. Like, if I were to sit on this chair, right, just like this, right, with my hands on my knees, right, sitting on the chair, crouched on the chair, right. He's always acting like really awkward and weird, but he's actually also a very smart detective, though, in his own way. So, basically a lot of times it's between Light and L, trying to find who's doing this, who's whatever, and at the same time, Light is being foreshadowed by the mystical being of the Death Note, of this Shikigami, the mythological creature of the Death Note, known as Ryuk. And first I gotta say, though, with the character Ryuk, I gotta say this. Me and my brother did see the Netflix. I guess my dog is barking. She doesn't want me to bring about this up though, because me and my brother saw the 2017 live action version of Death Note, right? That came out on Netflix in 2017, right? I did not like it. I hated it, honestly, because the guy who plays Light, he was shitty. He was like wimpy, But I will still say though. And the guy who plays Light, he's not like the character in the series. But I will say though, the best part of the movie was Ryuk, and he was voiced by Willem Dafoe. Now Willem Dafoe, he did a good job as voicing Ryuk. Sorry. Anyway, Willem Dafoe was the best part of the movie. He was good as Ryuk. But other than that, though, the film was terrible. Sometimes we do. That's one thing. One of the issues I have is Americanizing it. You know, taking place in Seattle, which I know that's why it's harder to do when you try to do an adaptation of I was gonna say Pokemon, but of animes. You know, with into films. You know, usually they don't work so well. I mean. Well, Pokemon Detective Pikachu. I know that's a video game though, but still, I think Pokemon Detective Pikachu was I liked. Ghost in the Shell, the movie with Scarlett Johansson, I did not mind. I know a lot of people thought the whole whitewashing thing. Yeah, I know, I get that though, but I did not mind. So what else would they adaptation? Oh yeah, how can I forget? How can I forget of Dragon Ball Z Evolution? Yeah, how can I forget that? I know everybody hates that movie. Pretty much, I would say people 100% of the people hate that movie. But yeah, but the 2017 movie of Death Note was terrible. But Willem Dafoe, he was the best part of the movie as Ryuk. And speaking of, the voices though, I did meet the voice cast. Two of the voice cast, Sally, two of the three, especially with when earlier this year in January. Earlier this year in January, I went to the SAC anime, right, and I did meet two. Well, all three are there, but sadly, I only got to meet two though. Sadly. But I did meet, which I have the signed pops I have right here. You grab right here really quick. Yeah, I know Midnight. Well, first of all, here is where I met Brad Swale, who voices Light. So I got his autograph from him, and a picture too, which I'll have to upload those on separate videos though. We'll meet celebrities or whatever, right? What they usually do, right? I'll have to do that in a separate video though. But this is where where I met Brad Swale, voices Light, good guy, and which also that the where's the other one? Yeah, Brad Swale, he also voices Rock from Black Lagoon as well. Our main character who ends up being with Revi's gang, right? He voices Rock from Black Lagoon, but everyone knows he's memorable as voicing as Light. So here's this is my autograph from of Light from Brad Swale, and so here's that one, and then my autograph pop of L, voiced by Alessandro Giuliani, and which I'll upload that picture as well in a separate video, but yeah, I thought he also did a really good job as L. Sadly though, I didn't get to meet with Brian Drummond, who he was there too at the SAC anime though. But sadly, I only had enough to get for Brad Swale and Alessandro Giuliani. So I know I did see him there, but I never got. I brought the pop with me of Ryuk. Sadly, I never got that signed though. I know. When it happens, we have long lines, and it takes stand hours in line trying to get because I was in line trying to get as much autographs as I could though. But hey, two of the three ain't bad though. At least I got Light and I got L here. But yeah, Brian Drummond, I saw him, he was there too, but sadly never got the autograph though. Hey, but there's always next time though, right? but that was cool though. So I'll have to upload those videos of me meeting both our two characters. So, but but the characters I did like, you know, and especially with going with our character of Light, you know, thinking of like, is he really a villain because he's doing all the stuff, he has all these powers he can do to wipe out. He also has the power to take out innocent people as well, you know. But you can see people can debate, oh, he's a villain, you know, and it's more the good guy or whatever. So it's always been debatable, you know. But I still enjoy the characters, and although that one character I did not care for at all. I mean, she wasn't a horrible character, but that's the character of Misa. You know, the blonde who's like, kind of like Dipsy sometimes though, or an airhead though. But she's the only, of all the characters, she's the only one I did not care for was Misa. But I was just more focused on L more than him, more than her, because he's doing his best to solve this case and bring the person who's causing all this to justice, right? I don't know why she's so barking this time right now. But yeah, Death Note, you know, a lot of it for the good half of the first half of the series was pretty good, you know. Yeah, the third act kind of like a lot of people have a lot of problems with though. Understandable though, but I don't think it was not overall a problem towards the end. Which I won't give into because, like I said, a lot of people know about the story because due to how popular this show was, I don't need to get much into the whole entire thing though. But I will still say though, the story is well written. I would still say, our characters as well, especially of characters of Light and L, even Ryuk, you know, I liked, even because with his story, you know, how the whole time, the ancient times, you know, how they're supernatural of these they're Shikigamis, right? So they kind of mostly just lays around a lot of times. That's why Ryuk decided to put it in the human world so he can get a little bit more entertainment from. See who can use this power. Even despite that he doesn't do much, because he's just like he's the Light is the one who can see, right? So he's a lot of times just, you know, hanging out, you know, eating an apple, because that's also one of the potent things is the apple in this, because he eats apples too. But it's this whole thing that of Light's, his whole objective is to make basically a crime-free society, basically. Funny though, it's kind of like, you know, kind of reminds me of what the high evolutionary in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. You know, he's just, you know, it's like, my sacred mission is to create the perfect society. I mean, it's kind of like seeing like what Light's doing. He wants to create a perfect society in a way without criminals, right? That's kind of like what kind of reminds me of like of the High Evolutionary now, because he wants to create the perfect society. So that's kind of what Light's objective is, right? But at the same time, like even though he has a power to kill innocent people as well, not just the criminals though. He can kill anybody whose name he writes in that book. I mean, he could use it. He uses it, you know, because whoever was getting too close to discovering what he's doing, right? He'll have to write them out, basically out of the picture. But overall, yes, I enjoyed the series. The characters I enjoyed, and a lot of people still think it's a classic series, one of the best. I could completely understand, you know. I understand why it's been popular for all these years. Fully understand. Like I said, I'm among one of those people. I really did enjoy Death Note. The 2017 movie, no. That sucked. Except for Willem Dafoe. If I were to watch it again, I'll probably skip the parts where it goes to Willem Dafoe as voicing as Ryuk. That's the only part I can get the most fun out of. I mean, he was the best. He was easily the best part of the movie, easily. But that film still sucked, though. But yeah. But as for the anime series itself, I give it a thumbs up. But yeah, but that's just my thoughts. Like I said, I didn't get too much into it because who hasn't heard or seen or watched the story of Death Note? Because I'm sure a lot of people have seen the story, watched this series already. So I didn't need to go much into this because it's like with a lot of the classic movies that I like Jurassic Park, right? There's not much to get into. Like, who does not know the story of Jurassic Park, right? Or Jaws, right? Or let's say what else? Oh, Space Jam. Who doesn't know about the story about Space Jam, right? Or I'm just saying it, pointing out. So yeah, who does know the story of Death Note, right? A very smart guy in high school stumbles upon the Death Note. Basically, he's been given the powers of a god, basically. And while that's going on, the world's greatest detective tries to solve the crime, tries to apprehend the guy. So, well, our lead guy is basically trying to create a perfect society, basically. So, like I said, it just reminded me of what the High Evolutionary said in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. But just without a world, just without criminals. But at the same time, he thinks he's doing good, but at the same time, he's also doing bad as well. So it's just like the door, like Danny Glover, says in Predator 2. The door swings both ways. So, but yeah, so that's my review of Death Note. It's definitely an awesome series. A lot of people still think so, and I totally agree with them. I don't think there's very little people think that don't look down on this series. But I'm sure there's quite a few people that do, though. I mean, because like I said, it's all subjective. Each one has their own different opinions. If you don't like Death Note, I fully understand. But it's just like I would say about 85-90% of the people enjoy Death Note. It's still considered as a classic series and a very great, awesome anime series. So. But like I said, it was great that I met both the voice actors of Light and L, though. Wish I would have met the one who voiced Ryuk, though. But hey, 2 of the 3 ain't bad. But I'll have to upload those as separate videos, though. But yeah. But that's my review of Death Note. Still an enjoyable series. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more to come for Anime Month, and we'll see you next time. Later.